A little over 2 years ago, I started investing just $10 a day. Nothing complicated, no big lump sum, no trying to time the market, just consistency. Today, that account has crossed over $10,000. But here's what surprised me. The winner between these two ETFs I've been investing in keeps changing. If you've ever wondered whether growth investing or dividend investing is the better strategy, this is going to show you what actually happens with real money over time. Here's exactly what I did. Since January 1st, 2024, I've been investing $5 into SCHD, the Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity ETF, and $5 into VTI, the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF, every single day. That's 842 days or $4,210 invested into each ETF. Same amount of money, same time period, but very different results. And just to be clear, every dividend paid from both of these ETFs has been fully reinvested back into the fund, buying me more shares. And what's interesting is, for almost 2 years, one ETF in this competition was clearly winning. Then in early 2026, it flipped. And just recently, it flipped again. Let me show you what's going on. And real quick, if we haven't met yet, my name is Steve. I share my investing journey and everything I'm doing here on the channel. I'm curious, do you own SCHD, VTI, or both? Let me know in the comments. At the beginning of this journey, this looked exactly how you'd expect. VTI was in the lead. VTI represents the entire US stock market, but because it's weighted by market capitalization, a large portion of its performance is driven by the biggest companies, especially large tech companies. So when the market is strong, and especially when big tech is leading, VTI tends to perform very well. And for a long time, this wasn't even close. VTI was clearly ahead. But then something changed. As we moved into early 2026, the market started to slow down and SCHD began catching up. Part of that was due to strength in some of SCHD's key sectors, including areas like energy and industrials, which helped to drive share price appreciation. But more importantly, SCHD kept doing one thing consistently: paying dividends. Those dividends were automatically reinvested, buying more shares, which then paid more dividends, which bought even more shares. So while VTI started to lose momentum, SCHD kept compounding in the background. And a couple of months into 2026, SCHD actually took the lead. But here's the twist. Recently, the market picked back up again and VTI is now back in the lead again. So here's where things stand right now. My SCHD position is sitting at about $4,988, which is roughly an 18.5% return. VTI is at about $5,129, closer to a 21.8% return. So as of today, VTI is winning. But this is where things really get interesting. SCHD has paid me about $199 in dividends over this time period, while VTI has paid me about $70. That's nearly 3 times more income from SCHD. So even when SCHD wasn't in the lead, it was still paying me cash along the way. And that's really the difference between these two. VTI is driven by growth, especially those large tech companies when they're doing well. SCHD is built to generate income and quietly compound in the background. One is focused on growing your account. The other is focused on paying you cash along the way. Here's the part most people don't think about. If you only owned one of these ETFs, there are long stretches where you'd feel like you picked the wrong one. When VTI is winning, SCHD feels slow. When SCHD catches up, VTI feels volatile. This really isn't about picking a winner. It's about understanding what each one is designed to do. VTI gives you growth, SCHD gives you income, and depending on what the market is doing, the lead is going to keep changing. If you're building your own portfolio, you don't have to choose just one. You can let both of them work for you. And just to be clear, this video is simply sharing my personal experience and how I'm investing. It's not financial advice. Always do your own research and make decisions based off your own goals and situation. If you want my free one-page SCHD info sheet, you can download it for free on my Patreon. No sign-up required. And check out this video right here on how to create the perfect 4-fund portfolio. Take care, and I'll see you next time.